Welcome to Whachacha's Tabletop World, a channel devoted to the love of board gaming. My name is Sweetness Whachacha, and today we're looking at Cat Crime's Who's to Blame logic game. Okay, so this is going to be spoiler-free. I will play the intro case at the end, but I'll give you plenty of warning if you'd like to see it, or if you don't want to see it, you can just stop the video at the end. This game contains 40 crimes over 4 different color-coded difficulties. Each of these is a single game, representing a single crime. You have a rug you will be placing cats around. There are 6 different cats. The cats have different features, such as different eye colors. Some are wearing bells, some bows, some have stripes. The booklet has descriptions letting you know if they are long or short hair cats, and of course their names. The rug has different items on it, such as scratches, catnip, some like these bell balls you will have multiples of. And finally, there are tokens representing the broken items, which you can place on the board to visualize where the crime took place, such as this messed up yarn or the knocked over fishbowl. The whole point of the game is to figure out who did the crime, the cat crime, like eating the bird or knocking the fishbowl over. And basically what that means is to figure out which cat is sitting in front of the crime scene, I guess, for lack of a better word. First, look at the upper corner and see which item was destroyed, in this case, shoes, and place that on the board. When you read the case card, it will have 4 to 6 sentences, which you can read in order to decide which one is the best to start with. I will just make it up for this example. It may say, Tomcat is sitting in front of the catnip, so I will put him here for now, although he could also be here. Then it might say Pipsqueak is across from Ginger, or no cat with a bell was in front of the shoes, so I would have to move Pipsqueak. Also, there are concepts like next to, so if Sassy was next to the bird, she would be here or here. Another concept is 2 spaces or 3 spaces away. So if Mr. Mittens was 2 or 3 spaces away from another cat, I'd have to place him here accordingly. And you would have to add and move the cats around until all the logic fits. This may sound odd, but it works. When you place all the cats around the table, and then you get to the last line and it says 2 cats can't be across from each other, and you have to move them all around again until all the sentences are true. All of it is to figure out what cat is sitting in front of the damaged item. That cat is the culprit. Then you turn the card over and see if you've got the right cat in the right space. Now you'll do this up to 40 times over the 40 different cases if you like, in increasingly harder difficulty. Now I bought this because I was kind of hoping that it would be a game that was good for adults. It didn't specifically say kids on the box, so I thought I'd give it a try. I do really enjoy logic puzzles. That's the little game with the X's and the dots. I do them every day now, so I've done them here and there over the years, but recently I do my Wordle every night, and then I do a little logic puzzle on my app, and it's pretty fun, so I thought I'd give this a try as well. Now the game is really very clever. They figured out a way to essentially take a piece of paper and pen game and really breathe life into it, bring it to life, which is really pretty fascinating. A lot of times I'll look under the hood for games, like some games, story-based games and things, and I'm like, oh, shouldn't have done that. I didn't like what I saw. But this one is very, very interesting to me. I like that they were able to, like I said, just bring it to life. Now, the game is very inexpensive, and the components are what you would expect in a game that's pretty inexpensive. I mean, they're very nice. They work. There's not an elaborate amount of them. The art is cute and evocative. Also, I'm a sucker for this theme. I'm a huge cat person. I always make the joke that me and my wife would not win the Crazy Cat People Award, but we'd probably place. That's my little joke about that. So I really do, I do love the theme of this. I think it's really cute, and it can work really well with younger audiences, obviously. And even me, like I'm playing this game alone in my study, like an adult man, and out loud, every single time I turn over the card, I'm like, Mr. Mittens, very naughty, you naughty little kitty. And I always say, it's so cute, and it's pretty adorable. There's something really adorable about this particular game. Now, a lot of people might grumble about the game being consumable, right? That's some people often lodge that as a complaint against the game, like, oh, there's only X amount of cases in there, there's only X amount of content in there. But this is different. It's not like a normal type of mystery game where you would read through and you'd be like, I figured out the twist. The thing is that there was a knife made of ice and it melted. So every time you hear the case, you're always going to know. This one doesn't matter. I mean, you could go away from this thing for 2 weeks. You could play the whole thing, go away for 2 weeks, and probably play the whole thing again and not remember exactly what's what, because it's not based on any sort of twist of of that type. It's based on just a logic puzzle. So I think it's basically replayable at any point. But does this answer the question, is it good for adults? Is it good for me? Well, unfortunately, it's not. I played like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 of the beginning and intermediate, and then the advanced ones in like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or something. You just blow right through them. The later advanced ones get a little more interesting, where you're like, interesting, you know. But sometimes you can even set up through as the sentences go, and you're like, oh, I got it right off the bat. It's possible. The expert ones, those are good. I like them. They're interesting. They're enjoyable. They're not particularly difficult, but they do hold your attention, and they're interesting. I don't think, like, as an adult, it's probably worth buying this, like $15 game just for those 10 quick cases at the end. But for kids, and now I should caveat this by saying I don't have kids, so I don't know. But I would imagine that this is actually a very, very good fit for kids. I think the theme is going to be super approachable for children, or young adults or whatever. And I think they're not going to it's one of those things where they're going to get tricked into learning a skill. And it's not like they're learning like it's like this game teaches you about the facts of how the Declaration of Independence or whatever. This is the kind of game where they're learning like a skill, not information. They're learning a skill, and that is how to logically deduce things. And I think that's really, really amazing that this game is able to do that. It's like you're getting tricked into learning. There was a game a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, something. I can't remember. It's something about turtles, and it teaches you how to program. And this kind of lives in that little world, I think, with that. So it's both quite fun and can develop some very useful skills. And again, as I say, I don't have kids, but it seems like it would be a really good fit for kids. I think they're going to want to be like, is it Tomcat? Is it, I think it's going to be Duchess this time, or I just think that I enjoy it. I could imagine that children would as well. So this is an inexpensive little game, very, very clever in the way that it just brings to life a logic puzzle, essentially, and I think it will go over very well with kids, and it's got a really great little theme to it. So, not great for adults, but I think right up a perfect purchase, to play for gamers and non-gamers alike, actually. So, hopefully this will have helped you decide whether this is for you or not, but for now, I gotta roll. Here's my quick run through of the opening case. Again, it is very, very easy. They do increase in challenge, however. Okay, so here's case number 1. Who ruined the shoes? Mr. Mittens and Pipsqueak were upstairs sleeping. So that means we can take Mr. Mittens and Pipsqueak and remove them. They're not in this particular setup. Tomcat was sitting in front of the catnip and sock. So that's right here. We can put him right here. I'll just lay them down so you can see easier. Sassy was sitting across from Tomcat. Well, that's pretty easy. Ginger was sitting next to the fishbowl. So Ginger is either on this side or this side. We'll leave her there for now. And then Duchess was sitting to the left of Sassy. So Duchess is sitting to the left of Sassy right here, which means, voila, there we go. Duchess is the culprit. She ruined the shoes. And we flip it over like this, and that's, of course, the layout. So, very, very simple, but, that's just to show you how the game is played. It gets a little more advanced than that, obviously.